Okay, welcome back. So today we're going to be adding a little very subtle screen shake effect. And it's really more of a screen kick because we're changing the field of view. We're zooming in and then zooming out using a tween node. So for example, if I make a match here, now you'll notice that because I have the camera with a canvas UI layer, it's only the board that looks like it's shaking. If I wanted to, I could have that be a different kind of camera shake where maybe the camera moves left and right, up and down, something like that. But yeah, there we go. So let's jump right in. Okay, welcome back. So today we're going to take our custom camera and we're going to make a really small camera effect with it. We're going to create a screen shake effect when our pieces are destroyed. Now there's a few different ways that you can make a screen shake effect. It basically boils down to 3 different main types of screen shake and then combinations of those. So one type of screen shake is called translational, which is where the camera moves up, down, left, right, or randomly inside of a circle usually. That's translational. Another kind is rotational, where the camera might rotate back and forth. And then the third kind is the zoom. I call it like a field of view kick, where either the camera zooms in really quickly and then goes back to normal, or zooms out really quickly and goes back to normal. Now you can take those 3 and you can make a combination of them. You can do both translational and rotational, so rotate a little bit as it moves randomly in a circle. You can make translational and have it zoom in a little bit and then zoom back out, or vice versa. Or you can do all 3, or any other combination of the 2. So today we're going to look just at using a field of view screen kick. So it's not exactly camera shake, my title's a little bit misleading, but it is a screen kick and it's a screen effect. Now this is something, if you're just watching this video and you haven't watched the rest of the series, this is something you can apply to any other game so long as you have a camera 2D node and so long as you have a working knowledge of how the signal system works in Godot. So let's jump right in. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my camera 2D node here and I'm going to turn it into its own scene. So I'm going to save the branch as a scene. I'm going to put it in the scenes folder and save. I'm going to open this on its own. Now I'm going to add a child node to the camera. The child node I'm going to add is, let's see, we can do this a few different ways. We can use an animation player or we can use a tween. Personally, I like using tweens. Okay, so with my camera 2D scene open here, there's a few different ways that we can do this. We can make one with the animation player, but since we're already setting the offset through script, the animation player would make things just a tiny bit more complicated. So what I'm going to do instead is use a tween node. So with the camera 2D selected, I'm going to add a new node, and I'm going to choose tween, and I'm just going to call this one screen kick. And then I'm going to open up the camera 2D script. Alright, so I'm going to make a reference to that screen kick variable here in the very beginning, and it needs to be an onReady variable so that the script doesn't wait for that asset to load. So I'm going to say onReady var. We'll call this screen kick is equal to $screen kick. And here I am. I said I was going to follow all of Godot's best practices, and here I am not following one. When you make a node, just like they do on their own, you should have it in camel case? I always forget which one's camel case and which one's Pascal, even though I've taught this. So, okay, so I'm going to call this screen kick, and then that means I need to change my reference to it in the script as well. This should be screen kick. There we go. All right, now I'm going to make a little function here. I'm going to call this function, I don't know, camera effect. And what this is going to do is it's going to set the interpolation property on the screen kick. So screen kick dot interpolate property, and I want this to apply to the camera, so we're going to say self, and then the property we want to interpolate. And to do a screen kick, you just change the field of view. You zoom in and zoom out, or vice versa. So the property I'm going to be changing is zoom, and if you hover over zoom, you see that its property name is zoom lowercase z. So if I go back to my script, the property I want to change is quotations zoom. The initial value, I'm going to have it jump in and then slowly move back out. So I'm going to have my initial property the vector 2, and I'm going to do, say, 0.9, 0.9, so just a really small amount of zoom. And then my final property is going to be vector 2, 1, 1, so back to its regular zoom. I'm going to have this take place over 0.3 seconds. It's probably too long. Let's go 0.2. And the type of tween that we want to use. So I'm going to use a back tween because it makes it look pretty snappy. And then the kind of tween we want to do ease out. Actually, let's do ease in and out. And then we're going to call screen kick dot start. All right. So let's get rid of our pass. And now we just need to send a signal to the camera to tell it to do this. So if I go back out, I'm going to go to my main game window, go to my grid, open up the grid script, and I'm going to make another camera signal, just like we did last time to set up the camera. So this is going to be signal camera effect. And so I'm calling it generally camera effect so that if we wanted to do a different kind of camera effect, we could. Now, for my camera effect, I'm going to put down at the bottom here where I did my other effects. So I've got my, yeah, I'll put it with the hint stuff. So we'll call this function cam effect. And this is just going to emit the signal. We don't have to pass any variables with it. If you wanted to, you could make it so that you have a bigger kick if it's like a bomb versus if it's a regular piece by passing a variable from here into the camera kick. And instead of using that vector 2 that I'm hard coding, you could have it be a scripted variable that you change based on how big of an effect you want. Okay, so now I want to call that function when I destroy a piece. So going to destroy matched. So if we have a match, we're going to destroy the hint and we're going to start the timer. Might as well do it here. So I'll emit, oh, not emit signal, I'll call cam effect. And I guess I could have emitted the signal there. I don't need to make a separate function for it, but maybe I want to make a camera effect when a bomb is created or something like that. So I'm going to go out of here. I'm going to go to the node property of the grid camera effect. I'm going to connect to my camera 2D node, and then it's going to, what did I call it? Camera effect. All right. Let's get rid of that pass. I like things being nice and neat. Okay, so now if I'm in my game window and I play this scene, should be able to see a little bit. Oh, okay. Well, that's weird. Did I change something? What did I change? Okay, that's weird. My placed camera signal somehow got disconnected, so I'm going to reconnect that. And that should fix it. That was weird. Okay, there we go. Now if I make a match here, see that nice little effect? It's not too much. You got to be really careful when you're doing things like camera shake, because a little bit can go a long, long way. In fact, I actually think this might be too much. But it's not too bad. It's a nice little effect that we can add to our game. So the next thing that we're going to start working on here is boosters. That video will be out on Thursday, I think, where we're going to start talking about how to set up the booster system. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I have a few ideas for what the boosters I want to add are, but I'm going to try to make the system as flexible as it possibly can be so that you can add different boosters if you want. So we're going to be talking a lot about inheritance and subtypes. And then we'll actually get these buttons down here doing something. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments down below. Otherwise, you can follow me on Twitter if I don't want to post new videos. Join my Discord. Tons of really cool people there who are willing to help out. It's a really great community that I'm lucky enough to have on my Discord, so everybody who already is a member, thank you very much. And yeah, I hope everybody out there has themselves a wonderful day. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving a like, subscribing to the channel, or telling a friend who might be interested. Also, please consider following me on Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can earn access to tangible rewards, like early access to videos, backer-only videos and series, polls for future topics, streams, and even individual tutoring sessions. You can find a link to that in the description. And as always, have yourselves a wonderful day.